Okay, I have to be honest with you guys. I kinda forgot to do this video when the DLC file came out because I had to change a lot of plans. Yeah, I mean, a lot of plans. For one thing, I was planning on making like a villains DLC fire pass for character of franchises who doesn't have a villain representative for their franchise, but DLC 3 happened and I kinda had to scrap that idea for now. My next idea was to make a Fighters Pass for series of franchises that only have one fighter, like WarioWare, Metal Gear, not the Sonic and Pikmin because I kinda did some idea fighters for those franchises. And since DLC 4 happened, then you probably know what happened. That idea also got scrapped. Huh. Maybe eventually I'll do a villain DLC Fighters Pass and a one representative Fighters Pass in the future. But for now, I'm going to talk about how I feel about Sephiroth and Pyra and Mythra getting into Smash. First, let's talk about the one-winged angel, Sephiroth. And boy, that was a big surprise to me for him getting to Smash. As you all know that Sephiroth got revealed during the Game Awards in 2020 last year. And we all know that they said that they're going to be a new character reveal during the games. We did not expect that it would be the first trailer we see at the Game Award. And boy, I was very, very surprised. I was very, very surprised of which character I saw that was revealed during the Games Award. To be honest, I was thinking it would be a character from BANDAI NAMCO, or maybe SNK. Still don't know what SNK stands for. Or I was also thinking maybe be another, company that had been introduced to Smash, like Level 5 or Ubisoft. Never in my right mind I would imagine Square Enix getting a third representative for their company. And so, but I was not even thinking of Sephiroth at all. I wasn't even thinking about another Fire Fantasy character at all. In my mind, I was thinking of three characters that would come to mind. At one point, I thought it would be Sora from Kingdom's Hearts, and how much I dislike the franchise. I know a lot of people want him, but at the same time, I found out that it may not be Sora mainly because of one rule, and that is you cannot have character cartoons or anime character in Smash. And while Sora is not a cartoon character, Mickey Mouse is, and he is a main character in the Kingdom Hearts series. If it wasn't for the spirit board, like having the spirits at all, Sora would definitely be in Smash, but because of the spirit board, his chances are low. Like very, very low. Due to Mickey, Donna, and Goofy being a main character in Kingdom Hearts. Now I think about it, do the voice actor for Donna and Goofy get bigger paycheck because they have more lines? Maybe I look that up later. My second character I thought would be like another representative for Square Enix would be Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, since that is another popular Square Enix franchise. Wait, is it made by Square Enix? Yes, it is. Okay. And while she is popular, she also used a lot of guns. Too many guns. And sure, Joker from Persona, he actually used guns, but it's more complicated than that. The gun that he actually carries around is actually model guns, which all looks like real guns, but they're not real guns he used for a fight. But when the persona, oh not persona, when the Phantom Thieves step into a palace, those guns becomes real and use them to fight off the enemies and bosses in each palace. And also, Bayonetta use guns, but I believe I heard that those are magical bullets. Not real bullets, magical. I actually don't know that much about Bayonetta. My brother does, but not me. I don't really. I haven't played a single game from Bayonetta. Alright. I'm just glad that it was Sephiroth who got picked to be the third representative for Square Enix. Not only we have a new villain join the Smash roster, it's glad I'm also glad that we will get more spirits, or we have more spirit for Final Fantasy, or Final Fantasy 7, because it just felt weird that Cloud was the only representative for Final Fantasy. Not Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy in general. Like, it was only two spirits, Cloud himself, and his Avon Children outfit, two music, which is basically the same from the Wii U and 3DS game, and one stage. And with Sephiroth, with him being DLC, with introducing more spirits and more music, I feel a lot better how they treat Final Fantasy in general, but there is one problem that is kind of bugging me about Sephiroth being in Smash. It's not him. Don't get me wrong. I'm very glad Sephiroth got added in the game, but it's more of the emblem. The only problem I have with Sephiroth being in Smash is actually the series symbol. You know, those little icons that go beside a character? Each symbol is supposed to represent the franchise or the whole franchise in general. And to be honest, with Sephiroth and Cloud being in the game, the FF doesn't really stand well. Especially since their spirits are from Final Fantasy 7. Maybe if it's like another or different not fire, Final Fantasy character like the Black Mage from the original Final Fantasy game. You know, since he appears in a lot of crossovers with like Kingdom Hearts, even Super Mario and Mario Sports Mix or Mario Hoops 3 on 3, or maybe even Scroll from Final Fantasy 8. Because apparently I looked this up and apparently while Final Fantasy 7 is best known, according to this, Final Fantasy 8 has better ratings and is better than Final Fantasy 7. I'm not sure, don't get me wrong, don't like spam me on the comments saying that Final Fantasy 7 is the best one, but I never actually played it. I never played any Final Fantasy game in my life. So I just looked this up on the internet. So blame the internet. But if you add like those two characters in the game, Final Fantasy, or the Final Fantasy logo will actually make sense. And before you say anything, sure 11 from Dragon Quest, the logo doesn't represent his character. It's more complicated than that. You see, this symbol is supposed to represent Eric's symbol. You know, the hero from Dragon Quest 1. And comes around or shows up in 2 and 3. Eric is the first hero in Dragon Quest, not the third one, the first one. And Eric is apparently a title, not a name. So, and sometimes this symbol will be shown in other Dragon Quest games, like 11 Shield, or Asura Armor. I don't know the name of the third Dragon Quest hero. But let's just say it's very important. And because 11 costumes a mix of 4 different heroes, it counts. Maybe if Cloud and Sephiroth be in the next Smash game, and they are only adding Final Fantasy 7 content, maybe they should change the symbol to this. You know, because it's the actual symbol for Final Fantasy 7. But other than that, I have no complaint about Sephiroth being in Smash. As for now, let's go on to the next fighter, which is Pyra and Mythra. When the Nintendo Direct was announced to be this week, my mind was, how can I put this? It was the same, I felt the same way most Nintendo fans did when they first heard that there was going to be a Nintendo Direct this week. I was happy because a Nintendo Direct finally would come after we haven't had a real Nintendo Direct for a full year. And I saw a few surprises. Some which I like Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, or Mario Golf Super Rush, which everyone's in an outfit, even Bowser for some reason. But there was also some weird games that got announced for the Switch, like DC Superhero Girls Teen Power, which I thought it was just gonna be an American release. I saw the direct for Japan and it also got announced for Japan. That felt weird. And Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, a game that was popular when quarantine was started, but now people are mostly outside now, well, almost. It's not, the world's not known yet, but because people are can move out their house again, it's not that popular now. And Metopia, which is a game that I'm very, very mad they announced on the Switch. Because it was the one of the first game I had to cancel the playthrough because the recording was messed up and the game kind of auto-saved. And I was planning to do Metopia for season 3 or season 4 on my YouTube. And then it got announced and I said, oh, it's just update graphics. Until you realize there was more customization options for characters and there's horses now. And so I kind of sold it fast for money. $11. That's all I got. But I did not care because I was still mad. Well, I'm still gonna buy it, so yeah. But anyways, the only reason why many people watched the direct was because, and that reason is because a character was going to be announced for the next DLC for Smash. And while people was expecting a lot of characters, I had to make one point that I have to make, and that is Nintendo had already planned out every single character they want for Fighters Pass Volume 2. So, any announcement for Smash games, like Crash 4 for example, that does not mean that he's gonna be the next Smash character. It's just a coincidence. Like it would be like 6 months after Crash 4 was announced on the Switch, it would be a maybe, but like 2 weeks, it's not gonna happen. So when Pyra and Mythra was announced for the next fighters for Smash, I was also surprised again and happy. Not because Pyra and Mythra was fighters, because to be honest, I haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 2 yet. I mean, I haven't even finished the first one yet either. But I'm mostly happy due to one major thing. That Shulk won't be the only representative of Xenoblade. I mean, sure, she's another Sword Fighter character, but is it weird that there's a lot of Nintendo characters or franchises in this game of Smash Brothers, but it only have one representative for each franchise? For example, Yoshi, despite being mostly in the Mario games, is the only representative for the Yoshi franchise. Or Captain Falcon, who, despite not having a game recently, is the only game that doesn't involve fighting. Like F-Zero is a racing game, and Nintendo made a completely new moveset for Captain Falcon to be in Smash. And ever since then, they haven't put a single F-Zero character well, since Captain Falcon was in Smash in the Super Smash Bros. For the 64. Even Wario, who has two spin-off games, Wario Land and WarioWare, who has a lot of potential fighters for Smash. Wario is the only representative for both his franchises. Another reason why you should be excited for these two fighters is because even though they count as one fighter, they actually are two fighters. 2 into 1. Kinda like the Pokemon trainer with Charizard, Ivysaur, and Squirtle. Or like characters that used to be one character but now divided into two, like Zelda and Sheik. Or like Samus and Zero Suit Samus. Maybe one day Pyra and Mythra become two separate characters. And maybe Charizard may become his own character again along with Squirtle and Ivysaur. Who knows? However, 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 thanks to these two characters' inclusion as DLC fighters, this does confirm 3 theories I have for characters that can be or become DLC fighters for Smash. Well, that is until the last 2 DLC fighters get revealed, but I won't know until they get revealed. Anyways, here are the 3 theories I have. 1. The series has to appear on a Nintendo console at least once, whether it's in the future or the past. Let's face it, every character that appeared in this game has appeared in at least one Nintendo console, whether it be just the Wii U or the Switch, the GameCube, the Game Boy Micro. Even franchises like Persona, who appear in Persona Q, which is a spin-off, that technically counts. So the character doesn't have to appear on a Nintendo exclusive game. That franchise has to be on or been on in a Nintendo console at least once. Number 2. spirits and slash old trophies can become fighters. I already said this enough already in some of my other videos, but Min was a spirit, or she still is a spirit in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but she also became a fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as the first character revealed in the Fighters Pass Volume 2. And not only that, Mewtwo and Lucas were trophies for Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Nintendo 3DS, but they became DLC fighters for that game, for those two games too. Number 3. Characters that have a costume in the game can't become fighters. If you don't understand what I meant by costumes, I meant like the Mii fighters costumes. You know how like for Tails for Gunner, or Toad for Brawler. When when I see it, at first I thought, oh, it's like a cool gimmick, but now, since Ultimate's out, it looks like if a certain character is a costume for the Mii's, that indication of them being into Smash as fighters are slim. Very, very, very slim. Not impossible, but slim. Which, by the way, leads to my final topic in this video. Rex. If you don't know, Rex is the main character from Xenoblade Chronicle 2. He partnered up with Mythra and Pyra in this game. And we all thought that when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out, he would be like a playable character. Unfortunately, Sakura missed that by the time they was working on the game, by the time Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was announced, they had almost finished the game, so instead they put Rex as a Mii fighter. And, well, that kinda also relates to one of my theories. My last theory I talked about. And you may be wondering, why didn't he put Rex in the game instead of his swords? Well, I could say the same thing about Springman, but a Mii costume and assistant trophies are two completely different things. But you still have to question, what about Rex? He's part of the final smash for Mythra and Pyra. So, even though he's a costume, that does lead to 4 theories I have about Rex involvement, or Rex's chances of becoming a fighter in the future. Here's my theories. 1. He can become his own separate character in the next Smash game, kinda like King K. Rool was. He was a costume in Super Smash Bros. 4, but in Ultimate he became his own his own character, while still keeping his costume. Rex could be the same thing in the next Smash game. 2. He can become a fighter in the next game, but as an Echo Fighter, kinda like how Chrome was an Echo Fighter for Roy in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And also, Chrome also appears in the Final Smash with Robin. So, and since Rex appears in Mythra and Pyra's Final Smash, maybe it will be a similar case for Rex in the next game. 3. He can become an assistant trophy, not fighter, assistant trophy, like Knuckles. He was a DLC Mii costume for the Mii fighters in Super Smash Bros. 4, and the costume still returned, but he became an assistant fighter, so that's kinda a promotion, sort of. Maybe. Lastly, he may become just a costume for the Mii's forever, like Xeno. And while people are upset that Xeno is a costume, I can't really see why people are so hyped about this character. He's only appeared in one game, and that's it. And unlike Banjo-Kazooie, who's owned by a different company, Xeno appeared in that one game as part of a Nintendo game, but it's owned by Square Enix. So why haven't they or Nintendo bought this character from Square Enix yet? Or did like a remaster, a remake of Super Mario RPG? Or even, I don't know, a sequel to this game? I don't know, Nintendo sometimes question my logic in a lot of things. Or not that creative. I don't know. Well, they are creative. Well, some cases they are, some cases they're not. But to sum it up how I feel about Sephiroth, Mythra, and Pyra in Smash, I'm actually very happy. Now, add to the banner, and to be honest, I see some gaps in some characters. Maybe they will fill squeeze them all together when the last two characters been announced. Or maybe it's hinting that they're going to be a third DLC pass. Maybe, who knows? Probably not, but who knows? Sure, we have two sword fighters in the game, but that might mean that the next two, or the last two fighters, may not have anything to do with swords. At all. But I think that's for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And see you guys next time. Bye.